Hi everyone, welcome along. I've been asked by a lot of people want to do your own DIY plumbing and what is the basic kit I need. Now I've done another video on boxes of tools and stuff like that, but I've been asked just what is the general very basic amount of tools that I could get away with to do plumbing jobs at home myself. And I thought that was quite a good question actually, because there is quite a lot of variables on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a take on my personal preferences on the minimum you might need at home. And I've been plumbing for 50 years and I use these tools the most, I've realised, over time. So I'm going to pass this knowledge on to you. Now I know other plumbers, other people may have different experiences in tools that they prefer, but this is my personal take on it. I'm going to show you the tools in a minute, and what I'm going to do is take you over a few episodes, so it covers a few videos of why these tools are in the order of importance that I've laid them out at. Because this is how I kind of worked it, that what is the most important tool, the second one, the third one, and so on, and why you might need them. Now, you don't have to spend a fortune, because a lot of people say some of these tools are very expensive, but no, not necessarily the case. We can get them for a good price, and what I will do, I will put my Amazon link on the video for you, sort of each tool, so that you can, if you want, go and purchase one, knowing that it's the right spanner to buy, or whatever it is. Now, I'm guessing you've all got just a basic hammer, screwdriver, pliers, that type of thing at home. So I'm not including any of those type of things, because generally most people have got those kind of tools. And if you haven't, then just go and get those, because they're just the basic. I'm not including those because they are the kind of kit most people have got at home. But what we're talking about here is a basic plumbing kit that will enable you to do things like changing your own taps, repairing leaks with pipe couplings. We're talking about maybe taking a rad off the wall and decorating behind, radiator valves leaking, the kind of jobs that you see all the time. Your ball valve may be overflowing from your toilet, would you've got enough tools to change the valve, so and so. Well, these basic tools I've laid out here, and I've laid out 8, but you don't need 8. You could probably get away with 7 of them, or even 6 actually if I count them rightly, but I've laid out 8 because these are the ones that you would need for most little jobs at home. Okay, the least popular one I'll put at the very end, because you may never need that one, but without further ado, let's take a look at them. So here's our 8 tools in preference for me anyway. Number 1, adjustable spanner. 2, not everybody's favourite second, but a pair of footprints. Some people's favourite second is the mole grips, but that's my 3rd. 4th are these little thin adjustable grips, very handy. And then 5th we got here, I'll put them together because a saw is very, very cheap and the cutter's a little bit dearer, but you may never use this too often, whereas a junior hacksaw you could use for numerous other jobs. Okay, next, the basin spanner. Absolute master, really. That could have been further down the line, but I think in order that's where it is if you want to change taps or anything like that. Again, on the tap changing scenario, the next one in line is these. These are to undo monoblock mixer taps, and it's the only way you'll get them out under the sink. Followed by this spanner, which will undo 1/2 inch nuts on a back plate of a tap, and bath taps will undo the 3/4 nut on the underside of a bath. Again, you need this probably to get it out. Very last of all, and I put this on as an extra, and it's because some people are still getting a lot of block waste problems, and you can obviously still get the good old plunger, but this thing, it uses air pressure and it's not that expensive, and if you're constantly suffering from blocks and things, this is quite a handy tool. You can always hire it out to people and get your money back on it, but it's still not that expensive. That's the Kango, we call it actually, this make is a Pango, and it's the clear blocked sinks with. So there we are. Right, so okay, we move on to number 4 in my old top 20, top 8, whatever you like. Tools. This is the alligator grips. And they're really good for gripping nuts and pipes again, and the reason I like these is because they're really nice and thin and can get in places where others can't, so I'll show you them. So these come in various names really. This one's called alligator grips for some strange notion unbeknown to me. But what I like these, again, the self-gripping, and as you can see we've got self-gripping jaws on both sides, and they slide in that little groove there like so. So you can kind of adjust these quick and easy. So right to the outer one there, and they've got quite a wide range. Again, these come in all sorts of sizes. You can get really big ones up here, you can get really small ones down. But this is the size that I like for plumbing. This is dead on the size. I will give you a few, you know, that you can look at if you want to look at my Amazon links. If you want to buy a pair of these, I'll give you the link. You'll see the different sizes. But again, why do we like these? Well, again, if I show you the old pipe, you know, it can grip, it can grip on, and once again, if you need to hold against on anything, it will grip on. Now, why do I use these and I could use the other grips? Well, they're thin, so sometimes when you need to get under a collar like so, you can get under where the others would be too thick. I'm just saying, this I'm just using it as an excuse, but if I needed to hold something tight under there, I could just get these on and undo it. Whereas the others are too thick. So it's a case of the thinness of the jaws are what make these a good tool, and that thinness to be able to get in somewhere tight where the others will not makes these a very useful tool. So you haven't got quite the same push and strength on these type of pliers, well, the small grips, as you got with the footprints, but the usefulness comes in getting under something, especially if you've got taps and you want to do the tap washer. You undo it and these will slip under the cap and be able to get you onto the nut to undo it without taking some of the headgear off. So very useful there. Although I know there is a spanner you can buy with a very full, small, thin jaws. It's quite expensive, but these would do the job just as well because they're shaped hexagon. So they will fit under there and get a nut off, get a tap top off. So lots of really good uses for this tool, and it's one I really like again that I use. I think you'd find this one very useful at home as well, and again, not very much money for what it can do. So highly rated by me, this one. Okay, and that's our Gorrila grips there. So, you know where to go, all my videos, Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, bye bye.